In the United States, roughly 20 veterans a day take their own life. That is nearly one life lost every hour. At K9s For Warriors, we are dedicated to ending veteran suicide. We provide highly trained service dogs at no cost to veterans battling invisible wounds of war, post-traumatic stress disorder, traumatic brain injuries, and military sexual trauma.
They have a little yard that they put the dog in, and you walk through the gate to see your dog. And at that moment, I just fell down on both knees. I said, "That's my dog." She pulled loose from the trainer, came and jumped into my arms. We have been inseparable since that day.
You know, being lucky enough to come across an organization like K9s For Warriors, it's been incredible that Costello has helped me come back to the world.
K9s For Warriors was founded in 2011 by the late Sherry Duvall, realizing the potential for service dogs to return our veterans to a life of dignity and independence. She was determined to make a difference. Since then, K9s For Warriors has grown into the world's largest provider of trained service dogs to veterans, with multiple campuses and hundreds of employees across the country, all working together to save the lives of our veterans. Our program is backed by academic research which shows that 82% of our graduates have reported reduced suicidal ideation and 92% have reduced the number of medications they require. The majority of the dogs in our program are rescued from high-kill shelters. They go through months of rigorous training to become accredited service dogs. When paired with a warrior, we are saving 2 lives. We rescue the dog, and the dog rescues the warrior. But we don't stop there. Our warrior operations team provides a lifetime of services for our graduates, their families, and their advocates, all at no cost to them.
Hope is the most perfect name for this service dog, because not only does she bring hope to me, she has brought hope into our family. She restores this hope that you, as someone with PTSD, once lost.
So our mission is to save their life. Our mission is to get them back into civilian life with dignity and independence. They deserve that. But more has to be done. More agencies need to follow our pack. They need to follow our lead and save more lives of our nation's greatest asset, our military.
Well, there we have it. Look, can we just look at Andrea for a second, because you know she's crying again. You're muted, Andrea. So perfect.
Incredible intro. K9 For Warriors is an incredible program, and thrilled to be joining ConnectWise and this fundraising effort, and excited for what we can do as a community. With that, Sean or Andrea?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, let's cue Andrea, because she's ready to talk. I can see it right now. Andrea being the one that made a decision on this to, for this year, for our fundraising at IT Nation Connect, to really promote this and push it and do this. So Andrea, how'd you get to this?
Yeah, so every year for IT Nation Gives, we're always looking for an organization that we can work with that's going to align to the mission of the ConnectWise Foundation and the key pillars that ConnectWise has identified as the types of initiatives and that we want to support through our philanthropic activities. And when we were doing our research, we kept coming back to identifying an organization that is going to support our veterans. IT Nation Connect actually happens right before or during or always around Veterans Day in November every year. So it was just a natural fit to want to ensure that we're working with an organization that will be supporting our vets. And through a group of folks here at ConnectWise who help support our philanthropic initiatives, we did some research, and we kept landing on K9s For Warriors as an option to work with. And time again, it just made sense, from a philanthropy alignment point of view, it's certainly aligned. But then additionally, as we kind of dug into the true mission of K9s For Warriors and who they support, how they support, there couldn't have been a clearer answer of what organization to work with this year. You know, you saw in the video there that not only are we helping save lives of a warrior, but also of the shelter dogs that they help support. So it's really just an incredible organization to be able to work with. And I couldn't be more thrilled that this is our path forward this year.
Absolutely. Yes. The answer is yes. I'm super excited about it. It's a great cause. I mean, let's put it in perspective. I'm a veteran and I always rescue my dogs from no-kill shelters. So literally this is built for me. I should have been finding them because they probably done a better job with training my dog because I'm not the greatest. We found that. So, but with that said, we do have some slides to go through real quick. Because I want to make sure we talk about who we have on today, so we can hear their stories. And I want to make sure that people understand what this is all about. And obviously we can talk about it all day, but I'd rather it come from the horse's mouth, right? Mm-hmm. So Adam, if you want to scroll through let's go through these slides real quick. So, you watched the video, so I don't know that we have to really talk more about what the mission is from their perspective, but I think it's more about our mission, right, as well at this point. For those that didn't have a chance last year to be around, we involved ourselves in multiple fundraising and charitable things like the bike build and whatnot. And then me shaving my beard and looking like a turtle for a lot of money too, which I'll never do again, so we're clear. So this is really great that we're not doing a beard shave this year.
I support that too. It's a great thing that we're not doing that again.
That doesn't sound very supportive of you, Andrew, but thank you. But so for us, the mission is simple. Let's get the word out. Let's raise money and let's help people where we can. It's the best thing we can do. But we have on today, and let's bring up the next slide here, Adam. So today we are going to talk to Stephanie Golding. She's a director of kennels from K9s For Warriors, Joe Marino, and he has this awesome dog, Eagle, which you guys won't see this, but maybe we can share it. But he has like 10 million pictures of taking his dog everywhere. This Eagle has been everywhere. I'm actually sort of jealous of Eagle. I want to fly with Joe everywhere too and take pictures with him. I mean, really, me and Eagle can be together. I'll bring my dog Henry, and we can all go together, and we'll see what happens. But yeah, looking forward to hearing their stories, why they do it, how they do it. Do we have any other slides here? I think we do. See,
a sneak preview of just some of the incredible adventures Joe and Eagle have been on together. Sean, you mentioned that we have a ton of these photos. Joe was able to share his Google slide stream with me, and there's hundreds. And figuring out which photos to include here, I mean, a tear to my eye is an understatement. But you can just see, outside of the cuteness of Eagle here, you can just see the true impact. And I guess, obviously Joe will be able to share more of his experience with him, but Eagle's been able to be with Joe so many different places, so many different experiences. And just that coming to life through these photos is just incredible to me. So
absolutely. And then we have one more slide, I believe, Adam, right? So how to participate. This is the most crucial piece of this, aside from us talking. And once you meet these people, they're better than us at this whole thing. It is really very much about how to be involved and how to donate, make a difference. We do have the link down below that you guys can donate, whatever it may be. We have, the goal again is 50,000. It should be 100,000 as far as I'm concerned. But, and again, all you MSPs that are watching this, you're getting free drinks at IT Nation Connect from vendors. So you guys have money, you have disposable income. So you should be donating, just saying. And for those vendors and anybody has a budget left over for the year they have to get rid of, this is a great place to get rid of it. Just want to point that out too. So yeah, we are going to have them at IT Nation Connect. There will be a dog treat making thing going on. And we have a 5K run, which is why Matt Topper starts. Matt loves to run, which is weird to me still.
I do. You're going to run, right, Sean?
Yes. I'm run. I'm going to run probably
in a banana suit.
Oh, okay.
What donation could we get to see that, Sean?
Okay, I'll make a deal with you right now. If somebody donates, if we get $1,000 raised during this live stream, I will run.
Okay.
In
All right, you heard
banana
it.
suit. In a banana suit. In a
What's it
banana
going to
suit.
take for a banana suit?
Hold on, wait, hold on. If we get an additional 1,000, I will wear the banana suit.
And what if we put a logo on that banana suit? How much is it going to take for that?
Nothing. I'll do that for free.
Nothing. Oh, okay.
I
Maybe
will
another
be
$1,000. I don't know.
$2,000. I'm in the banana suit with a logo on it. How much worth the logo will be? We'll find out. But I'm in. So anybody watching this again, and I will run and I will record the entire experience of me dying while I run.
You're not going to die.
Oh my Lord, you have no idea. Yeah, but
What do we have to
his
donate to
military
have you
days,
not
it-
wear the banana suit?
Sean?
Well, what would I be wearing then? I'm just curious then at that point. Like, what is the alternative? Just
Anything else?
I don't know. Another 1,000. I'll not wear the banana suit. How about that? Wear 3,000.
Okay.
Once,
All right.
twice sold. Okay. Now enough about us talking. Let's get this off the screen and let's bring on our people.
Awesome. Let's do that. Yes. Hey, Stephanie, and hey, Joe.
Hi.
Hey.
What's up, guys?
My
Not
twin.
much.
Hey, right? You're a good-looking guy, Joe. You're a good-looking guy.
I like your haircut.
Telling you, like, I mean, but you're in far better shape. Those pictures, I feel kind of bad about myself. I was looking at my stomach as I looked at your pictures. I was like, God, I gotta step it up.
I think Joe could do the run better.
You could be my stunt double with Eagle if need be.
Like, as a stunt double, will I be like just like playing dead? Like there's a beer and I have to lay there.
You could be my placeholder.
I'm a good player. I'm like a paperweight. I'm great at that. I'm fine with that. Like a pet rock. If you want to put your key under me, nobody will be able to pick me up. And I would lay there all day. I swear to God, I would not leave.
Awesome.
I'm dedicated. So, all right. So let's talk about you guys a little bit here. I feel like I want to start with Stephanie first, and she does represent the organization. So Stephanie, let's talk about you here. You're the director for Kennels, and actually you have a really fancy title that you just don't use, which I forget
It's
what
a
it
very
was.
lengthy one. So yeah, Director of K9 Support Operations, really fancy for saying that I help run the kennels and the veterinary department. So I briefly was able to tell you guys earlier that I started here at K9s For Warriors a little under 2 years ago. And I came in as an assistant kennel manager at the time, and then quickly made my rise through the ranks here into the director role a little over a year ago. I remember having Eagle in the kennels. I remember working with Eagle in the kennels, and he was always a very unique dog. He was very quiet, very shy in the kennels, but really a great lap dog. He just was so affectionate. And from a kennel perspective, the team was really excited with his pairing and seeing him graduate. And we have had such a fun time kind of watching his journey and all of the things that he's been able to do with Joe and help with Joe. But one of the things that I love about this organization and what drew me to this organization is our mission for veterans. And it's not just some kind of nebulous, we talk about it, but we don't do anything. We don't have a direct impact. This organization, you really do. My background is all animals. I come from aquariums. I come from veterinary medicine. I like to tell people I enjoy working with things that want to kill me because I love big animals and I love crazy, scary predators. That's my thing. So I think my family is much happier that I work with just dogs now. But I never really thought that I could take my experience, my knowledge, and use it to benefit veterans. I do have family. I do have friends that have served, and I've been to the funerals of those that have committed suicide. And that's really a taboo subject for a lot of people, but for us, it isn't. It can't be. If we're going to make any kind of impact and any kind of change, we have to talk about it. It's huge. So I've always felt like as a nation, we do a great job kind of building and creating our military service members, but we don't do as well of a job as we could supporting into civilian life. That's a big change and it's hard. And I've always been passionate about it, but I never, ever, 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 ever thought that I could have a job where I could marry my two passions, and that's animals, but serving those who have served me. And I actually get to. And I tell people all the time, like, I love my job. It is so rewarding. I come from nonprofit, so nonprofit isn't outside of my realm. I'm comfortable with it, but I get to see the impact I make. I see the dogs the day they come in. So day one of training or acclimating to our organization and new spaces, working through all of their medical needs, and that varies because dogs are dogs and they all need something different. But I have a really fun perspective because I get to see the dogs change. I get to see them kind of come out of their shells. I get to see them gain confidence. And then I get to see the Warriors do the same with their dogs. So pairing day is probably one of the most fun for those of us at K9s, but it is probably the singularly most anxiety-ridden day for our Warriors. It's day 2 of being on campus, and it can be really nerve-wracking. You're about to meet a dog you don't know anything about that's supposed to help you, right? And the nerves and the anxiety are there. And we see, I have a bird's eye view. I get to watch, and it's really cool. You know, not cool to see the anxiety in the Warriors and kind of the nervous energy. But what's really neat is by the end of week 3, you see people that 3 weeks prior wouldn't look you in the eye, 3 weeks prior wouldn't talk to you, couldn't talk to you, felt too nervous to have these just what we take for granted as normal people interactions. But by week 3 in graduation, they're sitting there on the pool deck and they're confident enough to make eye contact. You know, they're smiling at their family members, they're smiling at the trainers, they're at least a little bit closer to where they want to be. And that is so incredibly rewarding. And I try not to cry about it when I talk about it, because I genuinely do have such a passion for it. But it's really fun to see the impact that we all make. I run the kennel team. It's not a glamorous job. It is probably the grossest job you can have. You think about a building with 30 dogs in it, and then you multiply that by 5 buildings, and it comes with a lot of sounds. It comes with a lot of smells. It comes with a lot of experiences, and it can be a lot. But oh my goodness, watching the team interact with these dogs and watching the dogs just grow into confidence, watching them train, they really pour themselves into it. And it's great because I get to build their connections with the dogs and then allow that team to really see the impact they have also. They get to go to pairing day. They get to see they get to see, you know, dog day when we introduce the Warriors and their dogs. They get to see graduation. And it's like, even though you have arguably the most disgusting job in the world, it is so fulfilling and it's so rewarding. And, you know, when we get to see kind of the updates on these dogs and these Warriors months to years later, and we see how much it's changed the Warriors' life, like, that's why we're here. You know, I have what I consider a fairly normal life. So I take a lot of that. I can take a lot of that for granted. And seeing, you know, Joe with Eagle and everything he can do now, how much he's traveled, how much even he's come out of his shell in the last year or two. It's really impressive. And it's all just because of a dog, you know, a furry leg, like, love machine. Like, dogs are great. They all have different personalities. They're so cool.
Was that a love? What did you say? Love machine?
Yes. I mean, look, I have got a cool job. I'm stressed out. If I have a bad day, like, guess what? I just get to walk downstairs, like, literally downstairs, and I can say which dog is stressed right now, which dog needs some love, because I need some love. And I can just pick a kennel, and I can walk into any kennel, and I can sit down with these dogs, and or I can say which one of these needs to come to my office, and they come sit on my couch, and I just get to hang out with a dog. But it's bittersweet because I create bonds. Like I had favorite dogs, you're not supposed to, like
I'm sure.
Yeah, my favorite dogs.
I think it's great that it's a love machine, and can we just address this comment from Keith? Keith, it'll cost a lot more than 1,000, just so we're clear. So if you bump it to 2,000, I will say it. I'll wait for your response. In the meantime, all right. So let's segue this over, since you have favorites, and Love Machine is dogs, and dogs have changed lives. It's just a dog that changed the life of Joe, apparently. Let's talk about you, Joe, and let's really just talk about you a lot. Okay. So first, let's get some background on you first, Joe.
Sure. So I enlisted in 2001, right after 9/11. Like many of us, that had a huge impact on us. I served through March of 2015.
Okay.
So I did deploy to Iraq. I was there during the invasion itself. Did all that good stuff. But post deployments and up until getting out, and even shortly thereafter, it was one of those things where you kind of know something's going on, but you're just not sure what it is. And gradually over time, it just starts to compound on itself and get worse and worse and worse. So, anxiety and depression, isolation. So things like simple tasks like going to the store become very huge events for you, things that you tend to avoid. Parking lots, the mall, birthday parties, you name it. All of those things become very intrusive and really do become paralyzing and debilitating. And you do that long enough, it takes not only a mental and emotional toll, but a physical toll on your body. I got to a point where I was having chest pains.
Yep.
It wasn't cardiac related. It was my nervous system was so overstimulated 24 hours a day that it was frying my nervous system.
Yep.
And I was having nerve pain. So I did that for years and years and years and years. And it got to a point where doing normal things like going to work became impossible. Right? Things like nightmares and the inability to sleep, and you wake up so exhausted. You're sitting on the floor in the bathroom in tears because you're not sure how you're going to actually get in the shower and get going on with your day. Those things are real. And they truly, they don't just impact you, they impact your family, they impact your friends, relationships, coworkers. And you lose a lot of those along the way.
Yep.
So finally I just decided I can't do this anymore. Something's got to change. So that's when I started with the VA. The VA does a lot of good, but the VA is a very huge system, and they're limited on what they can really do. So through the standard of care, it's pills, it's different types of therapy. Any problem you have, they're going to give you a pill for it. The problem was
usually it's usually a Motrin 800 first to start with.
Right. Well, that's in the military. Motrin cures everything.
It cured I was losing my foot, and they gave me Motrin. I was healthy and happy with Motrin 800 all the time.
Yeah. Right. So the analogy I use is taking taking lots of medications like that. For me, was it's like moving credit card debt from the Visa to the MasterCard.
Yep.
The debt's still there. So it was just exchanging one set of symptoms for another, but it wasn't really solving the problem. And in some cases, it was making things worse. Bringing up new things that weren't there previously. So I knew that's not what I wanted to do. Like I remember getting to work one day and not remembering how I got to work. That's a problem.
Yep.
So I began just researching alternatives, got on the internet and just alternatives for traumatic brain injury and PTSD. And I came across K9s For Warriors YouTube channel. And I watched those videos, and I was a little skeptical, but at the same time, I was really intrigued that a dog could do so many things for somebody that was struggling with these things. I mean, anybody who has pets knows that your pets bring you comfort, and they, you know, they're happy to see you. They don't, all those things. So, you know, I've always been a dog person. So I really just kind of jumped in, and I watched those over and over and over and over again, and got to the website, read the information. I saw that they weren't just providing you a dog; they were providing you a wraparound experience. So once I applied, they engaged me every month for 2.5 years before I ever stepped foot on that campus. They were just there with you, and COVID created that wait. It wasn't that long, but COVID kind of got right in the middle of that. But they checked in every month. What do you need? How are you doing? Can we help you in any way? Here's an update on where we're at with, you know, just the wait list and trying to get you in here sooner. Once I got there, the campus is amazing. There's so many people that work behind the scenes, from volunteers to K9 staff, like Stephanie. I've never seen Stephanie a day in my life or ever heard her name. But there's so many people behind the scenes that go into making this happen for us at no cost to us. And it was a little overwhelming, to be honest with you, to know that so many people cared for somebody they'd never met. Even saying it.
I get it. I understand. And I'm glad that you were able to be part of this. And if you're not able to travel, and meanwhile, Eagle has 25,000 freaking flyer miles in a year. I mean, that is amazing in itself. I'm glad.
Yeah, he's been a game changer. I mean, life-saving. I mean, literally. The thing is, when you're on campus, they don't, Stephanie talked about dog day, and everything she said was correct. It's one of the most anxiety-ridden days because you're just not sure. And you're still questioning whether or not this is even the right option, or should you even be there. But they don't let you just sit there on campus with your dog and provide it treats. They put you, starting week 1, they put you out in environments that you previously avoided. So we were at the mall, we were at restaurants, we went to an alligator farm. I mean, they took us all over every single day. We were out with our dogs in a supportive environment, learning how to use these dogs to help us get back to where we wanted to be. And I kind of joke that we came out of Target one day, and I told one of my classmates that if there was a crime, I would be a terrible witness, because for the first time, I never looked over my shoulder and wasn't worried about my surroundings. I was only focused on Eagle and what he was doing. And it was kind of that moment where it all made sense now. It's like, this does work. This does work. And enough repetitions of that, it starts to bring everything down. It'll never completely go away, but it starts to bring it down to where it's much more manageable, and you don't have these big peaks and valleys. And then, I mean, the campus, the place was beautiful, and they provide all of that to us. We have volunteers that cook our meals for dinner every night. We have house moms who come in and make sure that we're taken care of during the day. Just a friendly face to make sure that we're taken care of. Oh, and that's it.
That's it. He knows you're talking about him. That's the point. He's like, dude.
So the experience is it's hard to explain unless you've walked around that campus, just how great that campus is. But it didn't end when we graduated. They still check in every month with me, and they do it with all the Warriors. It's a monthly check-in, just to, how's your dog? How are you? Is there anything that you need? And it's really just, it's kind of a family now. And it didn't end when we got on the plane to come home.
That's awesome. Now, you guys all meet each other regularly as a group?
We don't. No. So we had our classmates. I was in a class of 10. I still talk to several of them every single day. We talk every single day about dogs, life, kids, whatever, but we talk every single day. We've met up 3 of them flew out to California, and we had a surf therapy trip. So they brought their dogs, and we hung out for a couple of days. So we still, it's a new family. It's a new family, and Eagle he's been a huge part of what I'll say my success, and being able to really go back out into the world and be present and not constantly looking over my shoulder or waiting for something bad to happen or being so anxious about it that I just don't go anywhere. As you said, Eagle has 25,000 flight miles this year. So he's quite an adventure partner, and he's really helped me get out of my own head and really just focus on him and the adventures that we're having. So, I mean, we've been to Jackson Hole twice, Florida twice, Texas a few times, Vegas. I had Eagle walking through the casinos in Vegas. It's pretty amazing when you have something else to focus on, what you can do. And,
that's
it's
impressive.
Unconditional love. It works because he expects nothing from me. He's unconditional. He doesn't care if I'm having a great day or a bad day. He's going to come lick my face. He wants to get pets. He wants to go throw the ball. That's the beauty of it, I think, is trust is a big thing with other humans, and it's hard to be vulnerable sometimes, regardless of your situation. And with a dog, there's no judgment. So you can be you, and he's going to love you just the same.
So, Joe, let me ask this. I believe that your story is shared on the YouTube channel. Is that correct? There's like a 19-minute video. I just wanted to let our viewers. I'm going to actually send the link out right now so you can actually view it.
Yeah,
this is very touching. Yeah,
we did a keynote speech for at the K9s For Warriors gala earlier this year, and Eagle was the reason I was able to go do that.
That's awesome. That is good. I think, and something I think I definitely fall into the category of always know my surroundings. I still sit in certain places, and I still pay attention to exits and funnel points and choke points and all that. Yeah, I still do that, but I'm not. I mean, it's been a long. I got out in 2003, so I've had some more time to process, right? And you're right. The challenges I had, and I said the other day to these guys, is I felt like I was just perpetually annoyed with everybody and everything. And there was no real rhyme or reason to it. There was no answer. I had no, and then you start fighting with yourself. You're like, quit being a big baby, right? And like, absolutely, just being a big baby, stop being a baby. And I was like, and literally, it was to the point years later, you do the mumbling in the car. You're having that conversation with yourself, and I did that a lot of times, and that lasted for, God, I don't know, 3-4 years of that. I think I talked to myself for 4 years. I'm like my best conversation person. At one point, my daughter, she's 14 now, my youngest, and she was probably about 6, and she's like, "Who are you talking to?" we're in the car, and I was like, "Nobody, myself." Yeah. Shut up, kid. Stop paying attention to me. So yeah, no, I'm glad that you're able to do that, and I'm glad that you're able to get. I'm glad that you guys are able to get yourselves out there and be uncomfortable, but comfortable again.
Yeah,
that's the hardest part.
Yeah. He in some ways he is like medicine, right? He's a dose of medicine. I can reach down, I can pet him when I need him. On 9/11, I had an appointment at the VA, and obviously that's an emotional day, and was the driver for me enlisting. And I was at the VA. I was going to see my my therapist, and we were just talking about the events and kind of how I felt about him. And Eagle could sense my emotion. And instantly he got in my lap and started licking my face I gave him no commands. I didn't even make eye contact with him. And as soon as he sensed that, 70-pound dog climbed in my lap and started licking my face.
That's awesome. That's great.
So it's hard to put into words what a dog does for you when, when you're in those situations or those moments emotionally. He literally allows you to get back to living and having those emotions. I mean, sometimes putting those emotions away creates a bigger problem, but knowing you can be vulnerable and have the emotions, and he's going to be there to give you that 70-pound, dog hug and lick your face and just wag his tail. He doesn't care if, what you're going through. He just wants to be by my side.
Agreed. I love that. Again, I rescue my dog from no-kill shelter. I'm on my second one. I always get the pit bulls because nobody ever seems to want them, but they're great. And they're always over a year old, and nobody wants them because they're not puppies. They're not cute, but they're great because first, they know how to go to the bathroom outside. I win. That's the first thing. So out of my own selfish motivation, I didn't have to train them on that, right? And that's a big deal because it's hard to take that responsibility on, especially for somebody like me. I travel a good bit, so it's important that they're self-sufficient to some degree on those things, you know. And my dog, his name's Henry, and he is constantly in love with me and everybody else. I put a tutu on him now, so people aren't afraid of him.
Not for you, sorry.
I mean,
Sean,
I wear a tutu also. I mean, that's fine.
Just real quick, Sean, I think there's some viewers you do need to thank for attending today, if you don't mind.
Yes. Okay.
We've had some great
I'm so scared of this already.
Consistently. I know. I can't wait to cut the video and see where it goes from here.
Oh, Go ahead, Adam. Let's talk about it.
Keith Nelson donated a pretty big donation today for this cause. And there was a guarantee behind that cause or that donation. And Sean, you are now, the stage is yours.
The stage is what? So Joe and Stephanie, so you understand background and context of this, and what I'm willing to sacrifice for this cause at this point. Keith Nelson is one of our partners that uses our product, and I've known him for years, and he's over in California. He's actually in Southern California.
Okay, I am as well.
Yeah, I remember you saying that. So yeah, he some years back he beat me at a fantasy football pick'em league. 1 week he beat me, and he decided to say he was Sean's daddy. And for 2 years, he's on social media where telling everybody how he's my father. People think he is my father. When he walks into these things, he actually introduced himself as Sean's father. And some people are like, "Is this really your dad?" You know? And
let's just say he makes T-shirts, and Sean's face is on the T-shirt.
Yeah, he does that too. Yeah.
Well, it looks like we might need a banana running T-shirt made.
Stephanie, don't add to this, please. For the love of God.
I think it's a great idea.
I feel like so now
Sean, let's spit it out.
It was a pretty big
I know.
donation, Sean, and I would like to say that we started today's live stream with donations at $833.
Yeah.
And we are now at 3,190.
Bravo.
So that's pretty impressive. So thank you. And Sean, your special thanks too.
I'm Musa-ing right now and just trying to collect myself because I'm probably a dog. I need a dog. I do right now. I do right now. I do. All right.
Well played.
All right. I should have been worth more money. Thank you for attending, Dad. And thank you for the donation, Keith. Honestly.
Thank you very much, Keith.
Yeah, you are a great guy. And thank you for supporting this.
I can honestly tell you from interacting with other Warriors, not just my class, that you really are saving lives with those donations.
My life is over now, Joe, for saying that, but everybody else, I'm glad I could take one for the team.
I just want to see the banana suit.
Well, maybe
you
you should come see us at IT Nation Connect in November when this whole thing transpires even more so. And yes, we have and coincidentally speaking, guys, we do have at IT Nation Connect for our conference, our keynote is from the Savannah Bananas. Have you seen those guys, the baseball team that they do all this? That's who's speaking at our stuff. So
makes perfect sense to wear a banana suit.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll wear it for the whole time I'm there. I don't even care. It's
The
comfortable.
whole time.
Don't doubt it.
I was
We got
sleeping
that on record
thing.
now.
Honestly, well, with enough money, of course. First, let's be very clear. I'm not making that mistake twice. That's be plenty of money, and I'll think of that number later. And also, who else? I mean, we did $3,000. How much? What did you do? $2,500 so far since you've been on? Is that what you said? Because we were at 800, now we're at 30.
Yes.
Whatever. 3,300. Okay, so Henry Tim, he donated. I saw. So thanks, dude. From the Tech Degenerates. Don't worry, I'm gonna hit you for more money later, Henry. So don't worry. No, I hope, yeah, it's somewhere. Anyway, so let's get back to important things and take away from Sean, because I don't want to talk about, this dad thing. That's a horrible thing. So Joe, when you got involved in this, how long has it been now? You said you've been over a year now, almost a year?
So I was paired with Eagle August 1st of last year.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah,
and also you're about, and he's up for winning an award.
He is, yeah. So Eagle was nominated for the PTSD Service Dog Visible Impact Award through Purina.
Nice.
So he made it to the final 5, and voting is up now. Voting ends on the 13th, so later this week, a few days.
So who can vote?
So anybody can vote. And if Eagle does win, K9s For Warriors will get a $25,000 donation from Purina, which will cover the cost of a dog for a warrior.
That's awesome. Are we able to see the results as they're going? Is there some sort of?
No, I wish we could, but no, it's completely unknown.
Okay, because we'll start bumping this now. I think. Can we put that link in there?
Where's the? If I had the link, where's the link?
Don't worry, Andrea will give it to you again. Don't worry, Andrea's the organized one.
Family, friends, enemies, fathers.
Joe, don't push it. All right, I've already had to do enough here. I've already lost a lot in this call. Okay.
Joe, that's hilarious.
Let's be supportive, Joe. My needs now.
You are my twin, so
I should have had you. Well, at Keith's age, you could have said it, and he would have thought it was you. He was me anyway. I should have had you. God, I didn't think about that.
Grow my beard out.
I know. Right?
Hindsight 2020.
All right. So yeah, right. Thanks, Stephanie, for being there for me when I need you most. So now that we're moving on, we got the link down there, so everybody should be voting. We will share this on our social. Jessica Kane is watching, and she's our social media manager for ConnectWise. She'll be happy to share it through ConnectWise. She loves doing this stuff, right, Jessica? Great, good.
And thank you to Jessica for donating today too.
Did she donate too? Look at that.
Donation today too.
So if you win this, you get $25K that goes to them. What do you get, like a great photo op and everything with Eagle too? Then
Eagle and I will receive $10,000.
Nice.
And I'm a little unclear about the rest. I thought there was a photo shoot and potentially a trip to the dog show.
Not the gun show, but the dog show.
Not the gun show, but the dog show. So the big show that's on TV that where they parade all the dogs around and have.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you should take him down on the floor and let him outperform all the other dogs, and or not, right?
He's very intelligent. He's very good at his commands and new ones that I've taught him, and yeah, he's a good time. He's laying on my feet right now.
That's awesome. That is so cool. So
he doesn't leave my side. I mean, he literally doesn't leave my side. If I go shower, he comes and he lays at the door and he waits for me, and then wherever I go, he goes.
That's amazing. That's your best friend.
He is. He really is my new best friend.
Right.
He doesn't complain. He doesn't ask for much. And really, you kind of touched on, your dogs as well, but he gives me purpose back. I mean, he really does. It doesn't matter if I didn't sleep well last night. Like, I need to be up. He needs to be fed. He needs to go for a walk. He needs exercise. So he kind of also helps just give me that kick in the behind sometimes that I need to get up and get going and get the day on.
That's, it's almost like you have your best friend and your child all in one.
The pictures that I take of him would definitely lean towards having a child for sure.
For sure. And I got to give you credit for both being dressed up too. I love the dressed up picture.
We've experienced a lot of new things together. it's really been amazing. We actually went to Disneyland 2 weeks ago. So that was the first I haven't been to Disneyland in a long time for obvious reasons and crowds. And it was a fantastic experience.
It was actually fun to watch because I follow him on Instagram. I follow Eagle.
Oh, yeah. Eagle has an Instagram account.
I got to watch his Disneyland trip, which was really fun to see.
That's so.
It was just easier for family, for friends, and everybody to just have an account for him, so they can, if they want to just see what we're doing day to day rather than a photo album, they can follow his Instagram and see us paddleboarding or hiking or anything like that.
We need that link so we can put that in here too while we're talking. Why not? I mean, honestly, everything from, by the way, I already voted for him just now. I'm sure everybody else already voted too. I have several text messages from people that are crying right now, just so you know. So thank you for making everybody cry collectively, Joe. Appreciate it. You did cry. Well, you let it. I figured, it was good. You lead by example. I really appreciate that. So everybody can vote for they can all vote for Eagle. I want everybody to vote for Eagle. I also want everybody to start donating. We got to hit 50 grand. I want to hit, I like us to hit 100 grand because I like us to get 4 dogs. And then we're naming them after me and Andrea. We already decided Andrea is going to be, what's the name we came up with? Chandria?
Chandria, yeah.
Chandria. Yeah. Kind of like that. I will say we have not had one of those names in Kennels before, so I'm here for it. I like unique.
Yeah, that's unique. All right, it's something.
That's a nice thing people do is, when they do sponsor a dog, they get to name it, and a lot of times it's after someone that was important in their life or a previous pet. Anything like that.
I love that. So we are at the top of the hour. Actually, we're at the top of the hour. So any final words from you, Joe, first?
No, I mean, really just, thank all of you and everybody that's watching this. Really, truly, you are changing somebody's life, and you're going to give them their dignity back. You're going to give them the ability to re-engage the world on their terms, however they want to do it. Whatever it is that they're missing out on, these dogs, not just for myself, but everybody I've met since coming to this organization to get Eagle, have similar stories, that they're able to go back into the world and be present on their terms, not on PTSD's terms or anxiety or depression. And they're better not only for themselves, but they're better for their families and their children. And I can't tell you how many friends that I've met through K9s that their kids' lives have been completely changed for the positive because their parent is back now. So I could talk all day long, but I want to say thank you because you really will change somebody's life for the better.
Absolutely. Great. I think we all appreciate that. Stephanie, anything else you want to say?
I just have to agree with Joe on this. Any and every little bit raised makes an impact. And ultimately that impact is on a warrior, is on a veteran. That's the mission. That's why we're here. That's why I do what I do, is to see stories like Joe's, to see how something as small as a dog can change something as big as a family. Because it isn't, like Joe said, it isn't just the warrior that we're helping. It's their spouse, it's their mother, their father, their son, their daughter, their brother, their sister. It's a ripple effect, so you're impacting one life, but very directly one life, but you're impacting so many. And it's a job I hope one day I don't have anymore. One day we end veteran suicide. That's the goal. We're not there yet. We have work to do. We have a ton of work to do. And so every morning we get up and we do it because people's lives matter. Our veterans have sacrificed so much. It's time that, we pour into them. And this is my way of doing it. This is our way of doing it. It's just to see our veterans live the life they want to have.
Yep. I love that. I appreciate that. I appreciate what you guys are doing. Adam.
Yeah, this is it's been incredible. Glad to participate here and come together as a community to support this cause. And so, Sean, I'm going to get here. I really wanted to close with this: is how to participate. Right, there's a lot of things going on over the next month, and so, Sean, I don't know if you want to walk through these.
Sure, I'd love to work. Andrew, do you want to walk through these? I think that's better.
Sure, I would love to walk through these. Matt, I'm just kidding. All right, so how to participate. First and foremost, monetary donations. You've heard directly from Stephanie and Joe the impact that this incredible organization has. So any little bit counts. The link to donate is located on that slide right there. I think Adam has popped it in the chat a couple of times. Something pretty interesting, if you go to that donation page, it'll identify the monetary amount that you're donating and what that is actually going towards. So if you want to understand what a $25 donation will do for the organization of K9s For Warriors, it outlines that right there. So that's what you can do today to help and to help support this organization. Next up, at IT Nation Connect in Orlando, starting on November 8th, we have a variety of different activities happening on site. First, we are making dog treats that are going to go to the dogs at K9s For Warriors. So, Stephanie, I'm going to be hitting you up to make sure we have the right recipes going up. Yeah, we want to make sure that we're cooking up something tasty for them. If you want to participate in that will be on November 8th. From 12 p.m. until 2:30 p.m. I think last live stream I set an aggressive goal of making 800. That's crazy. 500.
It gets worse every time. Every time you say it, the number goes up. It's
1,000 by the time we do it. I don't know. We'll see what happens.
About a week's worth of treats.
Yeah. So we'd love to have you participate in that. We'll provide all the ingredients. You just show up and ball them up into tasty little treats for those pups. Next up, we have the 5K fun run. And I want to reiterate, this is just for fun. It's not a race. It's a distance that you're doing. But this is our inaugural, that's a hard word for me to say, inaugural 5K at IT Nation Connect. We've never done one before. This kicks off Thursday, November 9th, bright and early at 7 a.m. I know Matt will be leading the group there. So I don't know, Matt, if you're going to be the first finisher or not. Any wagers on that?
Nope, not a race. So I will be in the middle of the pack on this one. We'll have to come up with some kind of yogurt lid medal or something for someone who wins. I think Sean will be there at the finish line.
I'll be at the back.
Banana suit.
Just look for the banana.
Yeah,
exactly.
There you go. Then
Follow
you
the
Banana suit. Yes.
Follow the banana. That's right. So if you're going to participate in the 5K, we are suggesting a $25 donation to run in that, or walk, or crab walk, or crawl, cartwheel, however you do your distance. We would love for you to participate. And you can sign up for that during your IT Nation registration process, or you can sign up during your donation right on that link on the slide there. Next up, we actually are going to have some additional Warriors joining us on site on Thursday. They'll be doing a speaking session at the Marketplace Theater. So be sure to join that session at 11:45. We heard an incredible experience from Joe today, and I can only imagine what other stories and experiences we'll hear on site. So make sure if you're in person at IT Nation Connect, you can catch that session. And then last but not least, saving the best for last, maybe, I don't know, up to you. But we are doing some dog demonstrations. So we'll have, again, Warriors on site bringing not only their own pups that have been assigned to them, but also we're going to have some pups that are in training as well. So representatives from K9s For Warriors are going to be on site. You as attendees will have an opportunity to get some puppy FaceTime, get some pets in if you need a little break from the chaos of the event. That is going to be your opportunity on Friday, November 10th from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. So
awesome.
A lot of things happening. Reminder, the thing you can do today to participate is donate. And we're watching this ticker go up of donations. If anybody wants to get us to $3,300 before the end of this live stream, you only have to donate $7. So, I mean,
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Also spread the word, everybody. That's all.
Like and share would be great. This live stream, it's been incredible, and thank you everyone for joining us, especially Stephanie and Joe. Incredible story, incredible foundation. I love hearing that. Also check out Joe and Eagle's story on YouTube. I shared links on that as well, and be sure and vote for the Purina dog competition, if you will. I think I'll call it that. So,
the visible impact.
Yes.
Yeah, that one.
Yes, that one. And thank you, everyone. Appreciate it. We're going to go ahead and end this live stream now. Enjoy the rest of your week.
Yep. Thank you all. Thanks for being on. Totally.
Thank you.
This was great.
Yeah. Thanks, everybody.